If you're relocating to Raleigh, here's the first thing I want you to remember. Raleigh is surrounded by so many other wonderful towns that you can choose from. Not that I'm saying Raleigh isn't great, because it is. I just want you to be fully aware of all your options. So today we are going to explore 9 towns that can be considered as Raleigh suburbs. Let's think of Raleigh as the center of the clock, and we're exploring them one by one counterclockwise. Let's find you a home in one of these amazing towns that fits your lifestyle. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why choosing the right town matters just as much as choosing the right home. Let's start in the West in Morrisville. Morrisville surprises people in the best way. This is one of the most internationally diverse towns in North Carolina, and you feel it immediately because the food scene alone punches way above its weight. If you love authentic global cuisine, Morrisville delivers. It's also ridiculously close to the RDU airport. And when I say close, I mean 5 minutes. That matters more than you think if you travel for work or have family flying in regularly. But be prepared for lots of airplane noise because it is right in the flight pattern for the landing zone. A lot of my Morrisville buyers work in RTP, that's Research Triangle Park. Think tech, biotech, and engineering. And they want newer neighborhoods without the Cary price tag. Schools here tend to be very STEM focused, and there is a new town center coming. That's going to change completely how people think about Morrisville over the next few years. We're excited. Morrisville is practical, efficient, and incredibly well located without trying to be too flashy. On to Cary. Now, you know how much I have a soft spot for my hometown. Cary gets talked about a lot with people relocating to the area, and honestly, it deserves most of the hype, not just because I say so. People love Cary because it's polished without feeling sterile. You've got an incredible greenway system, huge, well-planned communities like Preston, Amberley, McGregor Downs, and Lockmere, and OMG, the downtown Cary Park, which is not just a park, it's a full-on community hub. Chef's kiss. What most people don't realize until they move here is how centrally located Cary actually is. Raleigh, Durham, RTP, and RDU, like you're literally in the middle of everything, which is exactly why Cary is so competitive. Here's my Cary truth. This is not a we'll see what pops up market. If Cary is your goal, you need someone, who understands micro locations, traffic patterns, school caps, and pricing pressure. Because don't blink, or you can miss out on the home of your dreams here. Don't do it. Now, let's move on to Apex and New Hill. Apex calls itself the peak of good living, and it's one of the few slogans around here that actually fits. Apex has one of the best preserved historic downtowns in the area. It's charming, walkable, and full of local spots that people genuinely use, not just on the weekends. A lot of buyers come here because they want more space, but they don't want to leave Wake County. You're also close to Jordan Lake, which is huge if boating, kayaking, or being near the water is part of your lifestyle. And then there's New Hill, which is where buyers go if they want newer homes and a little more breathing room without feeling disconnected. Apex and New Hill are about balance, lifestyle, space, and accessibility. Really quick, before we keep going, if you are relocating to the area and I want a free location guide, it's located below. Grab it in the comments and be sure to keep watching because this video will make even more sense once you have that in front of you. All right, back to it. Next up is Holly Springs. Holly Springs has energy. This town really leans into community with festivals, events, sports, schools, everything. It is very intentional. Buyers who choose Holly Springs usually want newer homes with strong schools and a very active town feel. Ting Park is a big draw if sports matter to your family. And Bass Lake is one of those amazing places locals use constantly for walking, biking, and just decompressing. What's also happening quietly here is growth in biotech and life sciences, which is pulling a lot of professionals who want a newer home lifestyle without the Cary pricing. Next to Holly Springs is Fuquay-Varina. Fuquay-Varina has personality, and people either fall in love with it or immediately say, yep, this is my place, or nope, not at all. It's one of the fast growing towns in Wake County, but it still has two actual downtowns, Fuquay and Varina, both with local shops, restaurants, and real community vibes. Still one town, two downtowns. Housing here is generally more affordable than Cary or Apex, and there's a strong sense of local pride. People who live here tend to stay here. And yes, aviator brewing is a thing. It's part of the town's identity at this point. Fuquay-Varina is great if you want growth without losing charm. Now, on to Garner. I love Garner. Garner is one of the most underrated towns around Raleigh. It's 10 to 15 minutes to downtown Raleigh, which is huge. And you've got easy access to I-40 and Highway 70. Commuters love it because you're close, but pricing is often more approachable. You'll find a mix of established neighborhoods and a new development. And White Deer Park is one of the largest nature parks in the area with trails, open spaces, and of course, fresh air. Garner is for people who want proximity without downtown pricing. And that's a very smart lane to be in, gotta tell you. Next to Garner is Clayton. Clayton just sits right over the Wake County line in Johnston County, and that matters for pricing. You get more house for your money here, which is why Clayton is popular with first-time home buyers and move-up buyers. There's also a ton of new construction happening, especially in master plan communities like Flowers. Clayton is built around the Neuse River, which is pretty cool, with miles of like trails and a growing river walk area that's becoming a real lifestyle anchor. So if budget matters, and let's be real, it usually does, Clayton deserves serious consideration. Have you heard of Knightdale and Wendell? These two are often grouped together, but they can bring something very different. Knightdale is popular for newer homes at lower price points, quick access to I-540 and Raleigh. Knightdale Station Park is a big plus. It's modern, well-used, and family-friendly. Now, Wendell, on the other hand, has a classic small town downtown that people love. It's charming, walkable. Its restaurant scene has been really quietly growing. It's huge. But both towns are growing super fast, and buyers who get in early tend to be very happy that they did. Lastly, we have Wake Forest and Rolesville to the north and the northeast. These towns attract buyers who want quiet living, more space, and still want Wake County benefits. Wake Forest has a walkable, historic downtown. So beautiful. A mix of older homes and luxury new construction, and easy access to US 1 for commuting. Rolesville offers more space and newer neighborhoods, often at slightly lower price points, but still very connected. These towns are ideal if you want calm without feeling cut off. Really important. So here's a big takeaway. Every one of these towns works for the right person and lifestyle. That's why relocating to Raleigh isn't just about Raleigh. You have so many options to choose from. So if you're ready to dive deep into which will match your lifestyle the best and explore what living here can mean for you, be sure to reach out so we can start working together. And don't forget my relocation guide linked below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone considering a relocation to the Raleigh area. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.